Imagine a world where the most powerful empire on earth worshipped countless gods, where persecution of Christians was brutal, and where no one could imagine a single faith uniting the Roman world. Now imagine one man, born in a turbulent age, who would not only seize the throne of Rome, but also forever alter the course of Western civilization by embracing a once persecuted faith. His name was Constantine the Great, and his life was a mixture of ambition, faith, war, and legacy. Without him, the history of Christianity, Europe, and the modern West would look unimaginably different. This is the story of the man who saw a vision in the sky, painted a holy symbol on his soldiers' shields, and marched into history as the first Christian emperor. Constantine was born around 272 AD in the Roman province of Mysia, near the city of Nicaea, which is today Niš in Serbia. He was not born into absolute power, but his father, Constantius Chlorus, was a skilled general who later became one of the rulers of Rome under the tetrarchy system created by Emperor Diocletian. Constantine's mother, Helena, came from more humble origins. Some sources say she was an innkeeper's daughter. Yet Helena's influence on her son would prove immeasurable, especially in matters of faith. Growing up, Constantine was surrounded by both privilege and danger. Rome was not stable. Diocletian had tried to fix the chaos of succession by dividing the empire into East and West, ruled by 2 senior emperors Augusti and 2 junior Caesars. Constantine's father served as Caesar, and this gave young Constantine opportunities, but also enemies. Constantine spent much of his youth in the Eastern Roman Empire at Diocletian's court in Nicomedia. There, he was educated in literature, Greek philosophy, military strategy, and Roman law. But more than books, Constantine learned the brutal reality of Roman politics. He saw executions, betrayals, and endless struggles for power. Unlike many aristocrats, Constantine also trained as a soldier. Tall, commanding, and physically strong, he impressed both allies and rivals. He fought alongside Diocletian and Galerius, gaining real battlefield experience. But as Diocletian and Maximian prepared to step down in 305 AD, the question of who would succeed them became a dangerous puzzle. When Diocletian retired, Constantine's father, Constantius Chlorus, became Augustus of the West. Constantine rushed to join him in Gaul. In 36 AD, while campaigning in Britain, Constantius suddenly died at York. The troops immediately proclaimed Constantine as Augustus, but the tetrarchy system did not allow smooth inheritance. Other rulers, especially Galerius in the east, contested his claim. Constantine was forced to accept the title of Caesar, but his army and people already saw him as Augustus. From that moment, Constantine knew his destiny lay in claiming sole control of Rome. For the next 18 years, Constantine's life was a constant battle against rival emperors. He faced Maxentius in Italy, Licinius in the east, and other contenders. Rome became a chessboard of alliances and betrayals. Constantine proved himself a brilliant strategist, using both diplomacy and brutal force when necessary. The turning point came in 312 AD, during his march against Maxentius, who controlled Rome itself. Constantine led his troops south toward the Eternal City, knowing this battle could decide the empire's fate. As his army camped near the Milvian Bridge, Constantine reportedly experienced one of history's most famous visions. Ancient sources differ. Some say he saw a Chiro, the Christian symbol, shining in the sky with the words in this sign, "Conquer." Others claim it came as a dream the night before battle. Either way, Constantine ordered his men to paint the symbol on their shields. On October 28, 312 AD, Constantine's forces crushed Maxentius's army. Maxentius himself drowned in the Tiber River as he tried to flee. Constantine entered Rome as the undisputed ruler of the West, greeted as a savior. But more importantly, Constantine's victory cemented his belief that the Christian God had granted him divine favor. The following year in 313 AD, Constantine met with Licinius in Milan. Together they issued the Edict of Milan, granting religious tolerance throughout the empire. For the first time in history, Christians could worship openly without fear of persecution. This single act transformed Christianity from an underground faith into a legitimate religion of the Roman world. Although Constantine did not yet make Christianity the official state religion, he had set in motion a revolution. For a time, Constantine ruled the west, while Licinius ruled the east. But harmony could not last. Tensions grew between them, leading to a series of wars. Finally, in 324 AD, Constantine defeated Licinius at the Battle of Chrysopolis. He executed his rival and became the sole emperor of Rome. The empire, long divided, was now united under one ruler. Constantine had achieved what no emperor since Diocletian had managed. Constantine wanted a fresh start for the empire. Rome, though still glorious, was politically unstable and decaying. Instead, he chose Byzantium as his new capital. He expanded and rebuilt it magnificently, renaming it Constantinople, the city of Constantine. Strategically located between Europe and Asia, Constantinople became the heart of the Eastern Roman Empire for over 1,000 years. Its walls, churches, and palaces would make it one of the greatest cities in history. Though Constantine's personal faith remains debated, he was only baptized on his deathbed. He increasingly supported Christianity throughout his reign. He built grand churches, most famously the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem and the Old St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. He also granted privileges to the clergy, exempting them from taxes and giving bishops significant power. Constantine saw Christianity not only as a faith, but also as a unifying force for his empire. As Christianity grew, so did disputes within it. Different groups argued over the nature of Christ, leading to dangerous divisions. To resolve this, Constantine summoned the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. This council produced the Nicene Creed, a statement of Christian belief that still shapes much of Christianity today. By taking an active role in religious affairs, Constantine positioned himself as not just emperor, but also a guardian of the faith. Constantine's reign was not without darkness. Despite his devotion to faith, he could be ruthless. In a shocking move, he ordered the execution of his own son Crispus, and later his wife Fausta, under mysterious circumstances. The reasons remain unclear. Some say palace intrigue, others a tragic misunderstanding. These acts haunted Constantine's reputation, showing the contradictions between his faith and his political cruelty. By the 330s, Constantine was aging but still active. He continued campaigns against barbarians and even prepared for a grand war against Persia. But in 337 AD, while in Nicomedia, he fell seriously ill. Before his death, Constantine sought baptism. Though some emperors delayed baptism until their deathbed to cleanse all sins at once, Constantine's choice carried symbolic weight. He died on May 22, 337 AD, as the first Roman emperor to be baptized a Christian. He was buried in the Church of the Holy Apostles in Constantinople, honored as equal of the apostles. By the Eastern Church, Constantine the Great left behind a world transformed. He united the Roman Empire, founded Constantinople, and elevated Christianity from a persecuted faith to a central pillar of Western civilization. Without Constantine, there might never have been a Christian Europe, a Byzantine Empire, or even the cultural foundations of the modern West. His vision at the Milvian Bridge continues to echo through history as one of the most powerful turning points the world has ever known. Facts about Constantine the Great. Constantine was the first Roman emperor to convert to Christianity, though he delayed baptism until his final days. He founded Constantinople, which remained the capital of the Byzantine Empire for over 1,000 years. His mother Helena is considered a saint for her role in finding Christian holy relics, including the True Cross. He introduced the gold solidus coin, which stabilized Roman currency for centuries. The vision at the Milvian Bridge remains one of the most debated mystical experiences in history. Constantine personally presided over the Council of Nicaea, making him one of the first emperors to influence Christian doctrine. He executed his son Crispus and wife Fausta under mysterious circumstances still debated today. Constantine's image was placed on coins with both Christian and pagan symbols, reflecting his transitional reign. The Eastern Orthodox Church honors him as Saint Constantine the Great, celebrated every May 21st. Constantine's life was filled with contradictions. He was both ruthless and visionary, a man of ambition and a man of faith. Yet he proved that even in the most brutal age of history, one person's choices can change the destiny of nations. He built a city that would stand for over a millennium, gave a persecuted faith the chance to flourish, and redefined what it meant to be a Roman emperor. His story reminds us that history is not written only in battles and politics, but also in visions, beliefs, and courage. Constantine the Great did not just rule Rome, he reshaped the world forever.